Alright, hello, welcome to second video in this raid prediction series. This one's going to be Cauldron of Carnage. I don't have huge amounts to say about it, but I do have a little bit. So let's do a quick prediction. Here's that. Hang on a second, let me move my camera. Oh, camera's in the correct spot. Okay, so there's not a lot there. Okay, so for Cauldron of Carnage, this is the second fight in the Liberation of Undermine raid, and this is Dino versus Gorilla. Okay, I am just adding this in on its own, so I'm gonna cut into this in the beginning of Cauldron of Carnage before I really get into things, and I'm just gonna read because I realized I forgot to read during my initial thing, so I'm jumping in now to add this in now. Cauldron of Carnage. Throughout history, there have been many epic wars, but none more explosive than the rivalry between the galvantic gorilla Twerk the Tempest and the molten mechasaur uh, Florendo the Furious. Tonight, all bets are off when these two champions clash in the cauldron for a showdown that threatens to tear Undermine in two, witness the carnage, or be the shame of goblin kind. So, a few things. This is mainly from the video and a little bit of prediction stuff. They seem to have an attack that charges each other, which you can see right there. And then it sends some circles around the room. So they seem to be like a blue and red. So I'm assuming this is going to be kind of a fire versus electric fight. So the blue circles are going to be probably like sparks of electricity that go. They seem to be in one spot, but I wonder if they're going to move. Electricity in this game tends to move around a little bit. So I'm wondering if we're going to have the blue circles kind of moving around. Even in the video they showed stationary, but you never know. I kind of hope they do move, but that might be like a heroic or mythic mechanic. If they do, that'd be cool. Um, there is so you can't see the image, but in the video there was like a blue little electricity bit behind. So if they do move, it would be kind of cool if they like fixate on a player and then you got to move the electricity to the blue area, like the electric charge, and then like fire up the charge or something, and then you like bring the fire dino over or something. I feel like that would be super. That would be neat. And then you like electrify the dinosaur. I don't know. But I do kind of feel like this is gonna be one of those bosses where you kind of get to pick what mechanics you sort of want to deal with. So if you want to deal with fire a bit more, you maybe do that, or electricity a bit more, maybe you can like power that up kind of thing. But also during this charge in the video, there was some fire bits that were shown, and those were kind of moving through the room, or those were kind of like little fire bolts kind of moving. So I'm wondering if like that would make sense. Like they both charge each other, and then you get some fire bits on the ground that move, electric bits on the ground that move. That would be neat. Um, so yeah, send circles around the room to avoid. Road Dino likely have to be tanked away from each other, I'm thinking. So there's another in the video. There was another little bit where it's a pretty big room, and usually we use the entire room. So I'm thinking the dinosaur and gorilla are going to be tanked away from each other, and then when they go and they do the periodic charge to each other, you dodge all the things, and then when they finish, it'd be a good time for a tank swap to happen right there. So then the tanks can just swap while they're together, and then bring them to the other side of the room, and then they periodically go and they hit each other, and so on and so forth. That kind of makes sense. So I'm thinking like 100 energy. When they hit, maybe they share like an energy bar, or maybe their energy bar goes at the same time. And part of it is you have to like, oh, actually, that'd be kind of cool if there's like a fiery area that we didn't see, or something to bring the dino into, and then the electric thing we bring the gorilla into. And when they're fully charged up to 100, then they go and they do the charge, and we have to manage the charge back and forth. Um, and you have the tanks calling the charge out to each other, or just in your frames you can just see the energy on both, just to make sure it's there. And then if one's charging faster than the other, then you gotta pull one away and just kind of manage that. That might be a little bit too complicated for a second boss, but I think that would be kind of fun. I mean, if we can manage Bloodbound Horror, I feel like we can manage a charge bar, and just calling out back and forth. Would make pugging a nightmare, but I feel like you could probably have like a weak aura or something that'll just call out when they're too far apart or something. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll move on from that. But yeah, pull apart, they have a good tank swap. The fire orbs spawn and roll out behind them, which is in the video but not here. So that's probably part of the charge. I don't know if that's going to be part of keeping them separated. But yeah, I'm feeling like maybe from the fire orb, maybe there's a fire puddle and you gotta put the boss in the fire puddle. Either way, and then yeah, so fire versus electricity mechanics. Probably sparks that are gonna jump between people on the gorilla side. On the dinosaur side, there's probably gonna be fire breaths that are gonna come out. I don't know if there's gonna be like a tail mechanic, but probably definitely a fire breath that's gonna come out that you're gonna have to avoid. Tanks can probably sidestep it, or maybe it'll just be a tank mechanic and it just follows the tank and move that around. I prefer those. You just pop your defensives and you're fine. And then with the gorilla, it's probably, yeah, just gonna be like a charge that pops between people, and you get a spread. If you're too close together, it'll spread to everyone. And you just want to keep it on one person until it falls off or gets dispelled. Probably won't be a dispel. It'll probably just be until it falls off. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I'm getting whatchamacallit vibes from Nihilotha. No, Roshanon? Whatever? I don't know. Yeah, King Roshanon or whatever his name was, I forget what it is. But how he had like some orby mechanics. And you got to kind of like, you had to like do the orb charges. Anyways, I'm feeling it's kind of something like that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be tank separate, deal with some fire mechanics, deal with some electric mechanics, charge them up in their energy bar by fire or electricity for each one. And then when they both hit 100 at the same time, they both rush to the center and they hit each other. If one hits before 100 before the other, probably runs to the middle. No one else is there, and probably just goes crazy and does a whole bunch of damage, raid-wide damage to everyone. So you don't want that to happen. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, then I'm gonna try to keep this prediction video as short as I can. But yeah, that's it for my prediction video for Cauldron of Carnage. See you in the next one. Bye.